Yeah, the task, yeah. You have been asked to assist Mr. George Kelly, who has a past history of paranoid schizophrenia and on quetiapine medication for the last 2 years. He lives on his own in a flat. He has not paid his rent for the last 6 months, and the landlord made an allegation against him. The police are asking for a financial capacity assessment. Assess the capacity of this young man to make decisions about managing his own money and let him know the outcome of.
Okay. Both of you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Enter the station. Do your task.
Hello, George. I'm Dr. Mamase. I've been asked by the police to come and speak to you with regards to some of the decisions you've made regards to paying your rent and your finances. Is that okay?
Yeah, doctor. Yeah, I don't know why they are making so much mess out of it. Yeah, but it's
All
okay.
right, right. Do you mind telling me what's going on? What's happening?
I mean, I missed some of the month of giving rent, and that's why my landlord is making mess out of it. But it's fine. It's like only few months,
And for how long have you been with the landlord?
6 months.
For 6 months. And for how many months have you missed the rent?
I think from past 4 months.
4 months. Okay. And do you mind telling me more what's been going on in the last 4 months?
Yeah, I mean, I am on the benefits. He does get that money, but it's on top of that, I need to pay some more, and I usually don't remember paying the money. That's why I miss paying it. But I think that it's fine because he's getting some of the amount from my benefits, some of the payment he does get. So it's only a small amount.
I see. And so you said you've stayed there for 6 months and you've missed for the past 4 months. The first 2 months, how did you pay the rent?
My mother used to stay with me, and yeah, she used to remember to pay the rent.
Right. And what happened?
Now she's not with me. Yeah.
I see. I see. So she's no longer with you. And are you then, is there anybody that took over from her and what's been happening after that?
Yeah, I manage my own money now.
Yeah. And how are you finding that?
Yeah, I get my independence. It's good to manage your own money.
Mhm. Are you coping with managing by yourself?
Yeah,
Okay. So you said you earn benefits, money from benefits. Do you know how much you earn?
yeah, it's around £1,000.
£1,000. And how do you get paid this benefit?
I have a bank account.
Okay. And apart from benefit, do you have any other source of income?
No,
Right. And how much is the rent?
it's mm, it's 500.
500. Okay. And so if you take away 500 from the 1,000, do you know how much will be left?
500?
500. Good. And apart from paying into your bank, when do you when and your rents, do you have any other? Can you tell me about any other expenses that you make?
Yeah, the daily expenses about grocery and all
Mm-hmm. And how do you pay for things?
with the help of my card.
Okay. So with your card, do you ever share your PIN or ID? PIN ID, your card ID?
No, no,
No? Okay.
not with anybody.
Right. And apart from your card, do you do any other sort of financial money transactions?
No.
No. So everything is with the card. That's okay. Right. And you said initially that you do understand why the landlord was upset. Um, do you really do you know why the landlord could be upset that he hasn't gotten his money?
Yeah, I understand I didn't pay my money, but I think that it's not a big deal.
Okay. And why do you think so?
I think he is getting the majority of the amount of the payment. It's like only a small amount,
I see.
and I can pay. There's no problem.
I see. So if you don't pay your rent, what do you think the landlord would do?
Yeah, he will evict me, he will kick me out of the house.
And where would you go?
I have no idea.
I see. So you've got no alternative to your housing at the moment.
Yeah, yeah.
I see. Right. And so you from everything you've told me, what I'm getting is that you have been kind of struggling with managing your own finances. Is that correct?
No, I do manage my finances, but I just forget about the paying the rent. That's it.
Okay. And do you have any thoughts about what could help you to pay the rents?
Yeah, if you can help me with that, I
Okay.
don't know.
Well, that's something that we can work out in the future. But for the landlord, would you want to pay the rent?
Yes,
Yes?
yeah, that's fine.
Okay. And from my records, I can see that you've got a diagnosis of schizophrenia. How is that going?
Yeah, I'm really fine. I'm doing good.
Good,
I'm taking this medication and I'm really fine.
good. And just to be clear, I just need to ask these questions. You may not relate to any of them, but have you heard any voices that are telling you not to pay your rent?
Oh, no, no, no,
No.
doctor.
Or do you feel suspicious about paying your rent?
No, why?
Okay. This is I just needed to cross
One
check,
minute.
you know, um, things are okay from your diagnosis point of view, but that's fine. Thank you for saying that. So can you tell me any advantage you feel of, paying the rent
I get to stay in the house.
and a disadvantage?
I'll be kicked out.
I see. Thank you for speaking to me, George. It's been quite insightful. I do think that you have the capacity to make decisions about your finances. You do know you are able to communicate clearly with me about your finances, and you understand everything that can happen. You've been able to retain the information as to what's been going on, and you've weighed things at the advantages and the disadvantages. So I do think, and you've made
Time
decisions
up.
that
Okay. So, see, overall, you are trying to, like, station was flowing. So that is good. Okay. But I'll tell you a few things about the capacity assessment. See, you started your introduction. Yeah. Imagine a real life situation when you are going and talking to someone who's not paid the rent. You are some psychiatrist who's gone and you are speaking to him. Won't the person be keen to or to want to know why you are there? Your why you are asking questions about the finances, why you are there. I understand you said that okay, police has got concerns, and you said stuff like I'm here to talk about the decisions you have made about paying your rent. Remember, she's not made any decision. Okay, what is your role? Police has asked, this person has not paid rent for 6 months. Police has asked to go and check the capacity related to the finances, right? This is your task. Just say that, okay? Hello, Mr. This and this, I am this, I'm Dr. This, okay? I understand there have been some issues with paying your rent for a few months, okay? I'm here to talk to you and check your capacity to make decision about your finances. Now remember, capacity is a medical legal term. It is a jargon. So you should be able to explain capacity. Say that is your ability to take decision about your finances. Okay. For that, I need to ask you some questions. Some can be a bit sensitive related to your finances. Okay. So please bear with me when I ask you those questions. Okay.
Yep.
Because anything about finances is a very personal question. So say that I may have to ask you some personal questions about related to your money or finances. Okay. So please bear with me when I do that. Okay. So that is very, very important. Okay. And remember, capacity is jargon, it's a medical legal term.
Yep.
Now, okay, you check that, okay, how long you've been with the landlord. I would say, okay, that's fine, but you can say how long you've been in this property. 6 months, okay? And she said, I've not paid the rent for 4 months. And then you asked, what happened 4 months back? Later, you asked, how did you pay the month for rent for 2 months? Yeah. So here you can check it the same question here, isn't it? Because you are wasting your time asking what happened 4 months back and how did you pay your rent 2 months for 2 months. I would rather ask the same question here. So
Yeah.
what happened? Okay. How did you manage to pay your rent for the first 2 months? So my mother was there. She was managing my finances. I tend to forget. Now remember, although I know you are why you are not checking about the memory is because you know that this person has got schizophrenia, struggling with independent living. But again, I will say, be open. If the person is saying, I forget, don't take it lightly. Say, what sort of things do you forget? I would ask that question. Okay. What if the person has got early onset dementia? Why, when you ask these questions, it gives the impression to the examiner that you're not actually learning your station and going, you are being open. Okay. What sort of things are you forgetting? Ask one or two questions. I won't say start doing dementia assessment, but one or two questions just to let the examiner know that you are very open minded. Okay, and then she'll say, oh doctor, there's few things here and there, and I struggle managing my finances. And then okay, so how why did the mother move? Because she wanted to be independent, which is good. Okay, then you went and checked about how much are the benefits, how much is the rent, what is the worst thing remaining. You asked one question about, do you share your pin number? I didn't understand what was the relevance.
I was checking maybe risk of exploitation in the patient since he was now alone, no mom around.
Yeah, but then it was not very clear.
Okay.
Okay, by just sharing, the person can still share the PIN number with someone who is relevant. So it was not clear if you are checking the exploitation permit.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah. So be very, I mean, when you're asking such questions, be very careful what you're, even if you're wanting to check that, again, state that the reason I'm asking you is because, at times people, they are, people can take advantage, if you're sharing your PIN number. I was wondering if you're aware of that because I couldn't understand the relevance.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you ask any question which you feel is relevant to you, explain that to the actor so that the examiner knows why you're asking that question. Okay.
Sure.
Now, okay, you checked bit of the calculation part. I would just check, okay, how do you manage? How do you, how much approx money you spend buying groceries? Do you have money left? Are you in any debt so far? Okay. How about any alcohol, any drugs? Okay. And yeah, are you in any debt? Be sure you should check that question. Is the person in any debt?
Yeah.
Okay. Then weighing bit, fine, you checked. The thing about the mental health issue and schizophrenia, you came much later. I would come to that before. I understand from the notes you got a diagnosis of schizophrenia. Are you on any medication? How are you doing on that? Can I check briefly how is your mood? Okay. Are you coping well? Okay, by any chance, like you said it very properly that it might not relate to you. Do you hear voices? Do you feel paranoid or do you feel suspicious? Okay, then in the end, you check the retention part. That's fine, but remember, communication of the decision. It's not simple communicating. Capacity assessment has four domains: understanding, weighing, retention, communication. Can you communicate your decision to me about the decision about paying the rent? That's why you are checking. That's why you are checking weighing. Is the person able to weigh? Is the person able to understand what you are talking? Is the able person to, is the person able to retain the information and then communicate the decision about the finances? What
Yeah.
what, what does the person want to do? Yeah, it's not simple communication. You're not checking if the person is mute. You're checking mental capacity, right? So
Mhm.
can you communicate your decision about your finances? So the person will say, yes, I can. I'm happy to pay, but I struggle with managing my finances. Then you can say, thank you for being so open and honest. what I can do. I can see that you are, you just started independent living, you're struggling to manage. I think I can, it would be helpful if you make a referral to the social services who can support some help with managing your finances. And based on the discussion today, I'm of the opinion that you have the ability to take decision about your finances. You have the capacity, and your station finishes.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Is it clear?
Yeah. I used to think that coming in and saying I'm here to, check your ability to make decisions sounded a bit harsh to the
No.
patient, but okay.
Think about it. Why would a person will think, why the hell is this person interested to know? Why are you there? Any capacity assessment or any station, you should be able to explain why you are there.
Mhm. Sure.
Yeah. Person has not paid rent. That's fine. That's none of your business. So what if you're a psychiatrist? That's none of your business. Why should you be bothered? Police has asked you to do what? To check the capacity. So you should be telling that to the patient. Why you are asking those personal questions? Imagine you asking personal question, how much do you get? How much do you earn? Why should they tell a psychiatrist?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you tell them that because I've been asked to check your ability to make decision about your finances, that's why I'm asking you these personal questions.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's with any capacity assessment. That's the reason I think most of the people go and fail capacity assessment. It's one of the stations which everyone fails. I think 1 in 100 passes this station. Okay.
Yeah.
All
Sure.
right.
Thank you.
Okay. Most welcome. Should we go to the next station?